What's going on, guys? I'm Primal Liquid and we're here. We are finally here. The end of all the best items and how to get them for trial mode. So, like I just said, this is going to be the last video, which means we are looking at floor 91 to 100. However, there's actually less items in these last 10 stages than you might really expect. Most of the items are actually repeats of earlier stage items. However, I will still mention them just in case you're doing a 1 to 100 trip and you want to get multiple copies of the same item. So, let's jump straight into it, shall we? Now, first of all, there's nothing really worth noting on floor 91 or 92, so we're just going to be jumping straight into floor 93. Now, floor 93 will have you against 3 chocobos, all level 99. Now, the common steel is an elixir, the uncommon steel is a mega elixir, and the rare steel is a ribbon. Now, if you want to get more ribbons, I do suggest just doing stage 49 and stealing them from Hashmal, simply due to the fact it's much easier to get to, and it's the same steal chance, so you might as well just do it on a much easier stage. The only real thing worth noting on this stage, however, is it is a pretty good it is a pretty good spot to actually get quite a lot of mega elixirs, since they are an uncommon steal. You kill the chocobos, you go over to stage 94, you come out, and you start all over again to come up and get 3 more mega elixirs. But unfortunately, that's about all from stage 93. Okay, and on stage 94, we are against Gilgamesh and his lovable little pet dog, Enkindu. Now, before I move on to steals, you can get a couple of good items from the chests. Now, you do need the diamond armlet equipped. So, first of all, you can get the water bombs, which is part of the ammunition for the bomb weapons. Excuse me. You can get the black garb, which is it's a pretty good piece of armor. It increases dark damage by 50%. Makes a really good combination when you throw it in with the Yagyu Dark Blade for Shikari. Or you can get the Sage's Ring, which halves MP cost by 50%. So, it is pretty good. Basically, you can use it with casters, but, I don't really think it's worth going out of the way to get, simply due to the fact I think turtle shell chokers are much better, because, well, then you just use your gil instead. If you're like me, you're sitting on nearly 10 million gil. It's like, you're never going to run out, especially if you take a look at the gil guide that I made not long ago. It'll show you how you can rack up millions of gil in literally like 10 minutes. So again, I'd say the turtle shell choker is better than the Sage's Ring. However, let's take a look at the steals, and this is where things get really, really good. Okay, so between Gilgamesh and Enkindu, there's 6 items they have. Well, there's common, uncommon, and rare. And all 6 are actually good. So, to start off, Gilgamesh has a Masamune, a Kumba, and a Wime Hero Blade. Now, for those who played International Zodiac Job System, the Kumba is the Masamune Eye, another one of the Final Fantasy weapons, and again is one of the best weapons in the game. Definitely something that I really suggest going for. It's absolutely amazing for samurai characters when combined with the Genji gloves. And speaking of Genji, Enkindu actually has the Genji helm, the Genji shield, and the Genji armor, which means you can pretty much get a full stack of Genji gear just from Enkindu, apart from the gloves. Now on to stage 95. Okay, so stage 95 has us going up against Ultima, another Esper. However, there's not really anything worth noting from the chests or the steals, really. For Ultimate, you can steal the White Mask, the White Robes, or the Lordly Robes, common, uncommon, and rare respectively. The White Mask is pretty garbage at this point. The White Robes, much like the Black Garb, increases dark damage by 50%, making it a good combination for a knight using the Excalibur weapon. Or you can get the Lordly Robes, which is the best Mystic armor in the game for any of your casters, so White Mage, Red Mage, Black Mage, things like that. But other than that, kind of a letdown since you can get the White Robes way earlier on. The only real new addition here is the Lordly Robes. Now on to stage 97. Okay, stage 97 has you against the Esper Zodiac. And much like Ultimate previously, the steals are actually basically just reversed in terms of the elements. So you can steal a black mask, the black robes, or the lordly robes. Now again, the black mask is basically useless. The black robes, as I mentioned previously, is the same as the white robes. The only difference is it increases dark damage by 50% instead of holy damage. However, unlike Ultimate, there is a couple of items you can get from the chests on the ground. Now you do need the diamond armlet, and you can get the Hermes sandals, a turtle shell choker, a firefly, or a dragon shield. Now the shield and the firefly aren't really worth going for. Oh, excuse me. The Hermes sandals, as I said previously, do grant auto haste, and the turtle shell choker basically lets you cast with Gil instead of MP. Now, granted, at this point, you should already have 3 sets of Hermes sandals, and you more than likely have enough turtle shell chokers for your needs. So, skip them if you want, get them if you want, entirely up to you. But unfortunately, there's only really the lordly robes that's really worth getting on this stage. And now for floor 98. Okay, so floor 98 has Yizamat, and Yizamat is the elite mark from the story mode with an absolutely overwhelming health pool. Now, granted, in this version it's only 3.7 million, however it still can take you a little bit of time to actually get that health down and kill it. However, while there's no items in chests that are worth noting, you can actually steal the Yagyu Dark Blade and the Ultimate Blade, the Messer. So again, 2 very good steals. I do strongly recommend getting both of them, as you know they can help out absolutely overwhelmingly. So again, do get both of the steals. That's the Yagyu Dark Blade and the Messer. Okay, so after slugging through Yizamat's nearly 4 million health, you are up against Omega Mark XII on stage 99. So, Omega Mark XII, you can actually steal an ability called Bonebreaker from him as a common steal. His rare steal is... Oh, excuse me. His rare steal is another ribbon. Again, get them from stage 49 if you really need more of them. And you can also steal the Excalibur as a rare steal. Again, steal that from stage 64 if you need one or you want more of them, simply due to the fact, you know, it's a pain getting this high, and just getting them from here makes no sense when you can get them way easier, way quicker, way earlier on. But aside from that, you can also find an elixir and a mega elixir from the treasure chest, as long as you've got the diamond armlet equipped. And here we are, stage 100. We are finally at the end after such a long trek through all the 100 floors. Here we are. So, stage 100, we're against the 5 judges. That's Gabranth, Judge Giss, Judge Bergen, Judge Drace, and Judge Zargaboth. Now, each of these has a really good item that you can steal, so let's just take a look, shall we? So, starting with Gabranth, you can steal the Tournesol. Now, the Tournesol in the Zodiac Age isn't as good as it was in the original 12. It's simply due to the fact its combo reduction has actually been reduced from 35% all the way down to 10%, meaning it's not amazing anymore. You know, there are better weapons like the Masamune Eye or the Cumber, as it's called in this version. So, you know, get it if you want, but it's not amazing. I mean, if you can get to stage 100, chances are you don't really need the Tournesol. From Judge Griss, you can steal a Circlet. Again, the best Misty Calamite in the game. However, you can get it much earlier in an earlier floor, so I don't really recommend getting it from this floor. From George Bergen, you can steal the Genji gloves. Now, aside from the one chance you have in story mode to steal them from Gilgamesh, and aside from the little side mission with the Banger Brothers in Fon Coast, this is the only other source of Genji gloves in the game. Meaning, if you want 3 Genji gloves, you're going to have to steal this set here, and if you want 4, 5, or 6 sets, you're going to have to steal the rest of them here as well. From Judge Drace, he has a Mega Elixir. Not really worth going for at this point, to be honest, so we'll just kind of skip that. And Zargaboth has the Grand Armor. Again, not really worth going for at this stage, since you can get it way earlier on in an earlier floor, so I don't really recommend going for it here either. Now, in terms of treasure chest, you can get a Cameo Belt, a Jade Collar, a Ribbon. Now keep in mind, you do have to have the Diamond Armlet equipped for them. If you don't have the Diamond Omelette equipped, however, you can still get an elixir. But that's going to wrap up this video, guys. Ooh, we're finally at the end of all 100 floors. It's been real fun making all these videos, especially the 90 to 100 track. Ooh, I've had to do that quite a few times. But anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then hit that like button, and remember to subscribe for more Final Fantasy XII: The Zodiac Age content. But as always, I'll see you later.